All right, let's go ahead and talk about the cultural analysis assignment. For this assignment, I'm going to go ahead and show you that I am changing the due date. Edit assignment, cultural analysis paper. It is due Monday, November 21st by 11:59 p.m. All right. I will grade your last submitted attempt so that if you goof it, you can fix. Go ahead and press submit. Because my face is there. There we go. All right. When you open up this assignment, this document will pop up. For this assignment, everything's pretty much laid out for you guys, so I'm not sure where the confusion is, but I will make this video. You need to make sure that you are adapting your informative speech, which it says right here, informative speech, for 24 audience members. These 4 groups of people are your 24 audience members. Huh, weird. The instructions say exactly what to do. Okay. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4 groups, and these 4 groups have 14 people, plus 4 people is 18 people, plus 4 people is 22 people, plus 2 people is 24 people. Oh, here's my 24 people that I'm adapting my informative speech for. Crazy! Alright. How would you change or modify the speech that you gave in class to adapt to an audience with these characteristics? What rationale would you have for doing so? On the adaptation form, please explain in as much detail as possible what changes you would make and why you would do that in each of the categories listed. Oh, okay. Your grade on this assignment is determined by your demonstration of understanding the cultural dimensions, your understanding of audience adaptation, and your application of audience adaptation to culturally diverse audience. Oh. Okay, so if I were to do this assignment, first thing I would do is label everything that I'm going to be doing. This way, I know that it's super easy for the person who will be grading my assignment. Alright, I'm gonna go ahead and just copy and paste that right over here. Oh, my last bullet point, didn't it? There we go. Alright, so what change am I going to make to my attention getter? I'm going to think back to my informative speech and I'm going to talk about the change that I would make. Or not make. I would change my attention getter to tell me what you're going to change it to. But maybe you decide that you're not going to change something. How do I address that? Awesome. But if you're going to change something, you have to tell me what you're going to change it to, so that I can tell whether or not you understand the changes that you're going to make based on these 24 audience members that you have. Then you're going to give me your rationale for your changes or for not changing your parts of the speech. So, I would change this to X to better adapt to my audience's characteristic of... Okay, I'm going to look up here at my cultural dimensions that we've gone over a few times in class with different in-class activities. And be like, okay, well, I'm going to change this attention getter to X for this reason because my audience members have this score in this power dimension. So it's up to you to look at the power dimensions and figure out how you're going to play on those with your speech to better adapt to your audience so that it's more appealing to them for your audience members so that they're more intrigued by it. So these should each be 1 to 2 sentences per bullet point. These should be 3+. Because this is where the meat of your information is going to be. This is going to be explaining to me how you understand, or don't understand, the cultural dimensions of your audience members. Alright? So what you're going to do is you're going to do this worksheet for the 4 categories that are listed. Alright? And then you are adapting to your audience as a whole. Do not just pick one of the 4 groups. All 4 of these groups are your audience members. You have to talk to all of them. You can't just pick one group. Talk about how the different cultural dimensions are going to add to, you're going to use those cultural dimensions to add to your presentation through your adaptation. Alright. I also give you guys some tools to use. So this website, Really Beneficial, helps explain what the scores mean. So play around with it. You're not going to be able to write this paper in an hour, by the way. I'll be able to tell. So you're going to need to play around with this, figure out what the scores mean, and be like, okay, so a low power distance means this, and it gives you ideas of, alright, with a score of 35, this is what to expect. Talks about individualism, it breaks down everything for you. And then it adjusts as you play with the countries and their scores. So there's that for you, but then you also have the directions to access the PowerPoints and videos that were made available to you all semester. We went over this like way back in week 2, but then we also brought it back up when we did those global vignettes where somebody had Australia, somebody had Thailand, somebody had Pakistan. Alright, you're going to open up this PowerPoint, and this PowerPoint's going to have masculine versus feminist cultures, individualist versus collectivist, high versus low uncertainty avoidance, high and low power dimension. All of that's going to be broken down in this PowerPoint for you. I've given you all the tools you need. Now you just need to show me that you understand what it means to adapt to your audience through an audience analysis, which it was given to you with those scores, like those 4 groups, making up your one audience. I feel like I've explained this the best that I can without giving you the straight up answers. So, if you have any questions, please feel free to email me. But keep in mind that the holidays are coming, and so come Monday after class, I'll do my best to answer questions, but I'm probably not going to be around very much, so please don't procrastinate on these assignments anymore.